that they end up running themselves out of time.
On the give, here comes Jackson. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Complete, it's Johnson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Fields now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Fields. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Another try after the 1st down sack. Stafford, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stafford rolling to his right. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Now, 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll run with a big man, Bo Jackson, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down now. It's done, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Three quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Right back to him on first down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. 24 yards. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. They're quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this fourth quarter.
Well, this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Fields trying to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Stafford's throw here complete to Kelsey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Off of play action, here's Stafford. Sliding out of the pocket. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. And the Jags are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes a position... Designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Now Fields. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Now it's Fields. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. The middle they go. Done. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's done. What a great effort there. He's
got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. I done gained the world, I ain't never sell my soul. This is God-given, so I thank him as I go. Hate to sound conceited, but I know. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Run up on me, baby, show you gon' see. Yeah, God power from my head and my feet. Yeah, this colossal, what I say is gospel. Discussion. Had a TED talk with the higher me, show me how to run it up. I need all my cheese. Every day that I wake up, I'm pinching myself. Can't believe that I'm really me. Popping shows in New Zealand, boy, you is not eating, man. We do not play in the same league. I gave my mama some racks and she asked me if I'm selling. I said, mama, please. If I was, do you think I'd let you know? Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. This is God-given, so I thank her as I go. This gon' sound conceited, but I know. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah. Shut the devil up in the booth. I'm untouchable. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Run up on me, baby, show you gon' see. Yeah, God power from my head and my feet. Yeah. You see, it's two type of people in life.
With all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
ready to get us started. It's Cade York. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Fields going to throw on the first play. And his first pass is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there.
The first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They run again with Jackson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. It's a slant to Gronkowski. He's got room at the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. Rob Gronkowski, 58 yards. And the Jaguars are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Throwing to start the drive. Brown. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Brown now to throw on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. That's done. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm balling like a vet. Crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move. Heisman stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. This is not a game, this is not a game. Banging on your chest when I come through the pain. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going out
sad when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic.
We spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Pitch came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Game time. Run it up. 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 Run it up.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Going play action, Ritter. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start here with Jackson, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second down, another carry for Jackson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
They'll run again with Jackson. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way down to the 9. 61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
To throw is Fields. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman. And the Falcons will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's Ritter. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. And it looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a whistle and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. Calvin Johnson from 17 yards out. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. There he goes, left side. He's at the 40, 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Cordero Patterson, 79 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Done. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now a first down throw, Fields. And the catch made by Johnson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the run, it's Bo Jackson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
On 2nd down. It's done, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw on 3rd down, Fields. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Done. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Fields. Johnson's got it complete. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big pitch came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Game time. Run it up. 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 You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog so the day that you finally pop off, they'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment. That's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I'll give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Game time. Run it up. 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 Run it up.
First off, let me talk my. Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops working.